What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Bryan Casella here again. I'm outside filming. Hopefully you don't hear too many of the noises from the neighbors, but I wanted to discuss something very important, especially in today's climate. If you're paying attention at all to social media and what's on the mass media, we're hitting, because it's an election year especially, a lot of emotions, a lot of heated conversations, right? If you're on Facebook and all that other stuff, you're seeing people fight and bicker. Maybe some people that you have known for years, who have been friends for a very long time, who now maybe aren't friends or they're not talking anymore, right? And I wanted to bring it up for this reason, because there's a way to educate people. There's a way to set the example and still find somewhere in your soul to have compassion for them. And believe me, this in me, as of late, has been extremely tested, because I'm seeing people that I know, be so ignorant with some of the stuff that they're posting. But at the end of the day, you know what I realized? This is one way of battling it. You need to realize that there's going to be a lot of things in life, especially with what's going on now, with the government and everything about the world, okay? But even outside of that, there's going to be stuff in life that you are in a position to rationalize and put pieces together because of the information that you have and that you've discovered that other people haven't yet. So therefore, when you're making a judgment call on something or a decision, and you have more and better and most importantly the right information, you can logically come to conclusions that differ from everybody else. So run that test by yourself in the mind and say, they're posting that, or they believe that, which is the opposite of what I believe. And in this position, even if you know for a fact 100% what you have is truth, that's okay. You can ask yourself, do they have the same information as me? Do they know what I know? And in many cases, the answer to that is going to be no. Therefore, at that moment, it will be easier. Not saying it's easy, but it will be easier for you to find compassion in your heart for them, especially if you know them. Because I have some very, very pretty good acquaintances and friends over the last couple months that have posted and believed some ignorant ass shit, let me tell you. But I've been able to find compassion for them. You know why? Because they don't know what I know, okay? And adding on to that, you may have a skill set that they don't. I know as far as communication and knowing the power of my mind and how to use it, especially in my friendship circle, I'm up near the top, especially for some of my older friends. So I can process and rationalize and not be swayed and persuaded by emotions and garbage. And, I do a lot better investigations. But hey, I'm not saying I'm better than them. I just have worked on that on myself and they haven't. So when I start putting this stuff together, it's easy for me to say, okay, that's why they believe what they believe. They don't know what I know. Okay. Now I know this is going to help many of you, because many of you maybe watch me, or you're going to come across this video and you want to be an agent. When I say agent, I don't mean an actual agent, right? Like a FBI agent or something, but you want to be an agent for change. You want to be a good representative of the truth or whatever it is. And your job is to simply put it out and demonstrate to people, right, how to be the example. And if you are informed about something, put the information out and teach people, okay? I don't care if you're a celebrity or you're not. Use your platform, even if only 10 people follow you. That's what we're supposed to do. And if people want to argue and fight with you, don't even engage. Just put out what you're going to put out, because the people that are ready, that are willing and able to look at the information and process it and change their way of thinking, or they themselves are about to go through a process of evolution in that particular subject, they'll catch on to what you posted and it'll probably benefit them. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. And that's it. Okay. I've seen lately that's been the biggest issue, is people not being able to find compassion for others. Heated conversations on Instagram and Facebook, and doing that doesn't help, right? We're so conditioned to do that, because when you look in the past in society, when somebody didn't comply, they were met with force, okay? Look at some of us growing up. I got my ass kicked when I was growing up by my parents, right? My parents are immigrants. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I got disciplined heavily. I get slapped in the face. I get my ass beat. My dad would fucking hit me with a belt. And I'm not knocking my parents for how they raised me, but that's typically, the backlash that we got when we made a mistake. But more so, we were already taught that from a young age, and we were conditioned that, hey, when you want your way and the other person isn't complying or giving it to you, do it by force. Now, that's not the best way, Okay, top level communicators, the best influencers on the planet, the best leaders don't need to do that, right? They use their ideas in their communication. Okay, there's a lot of hostility and there's a lot of errors with doing stuff by force. We know in the long term that doesn't work. So therefore, our behavior on social media and these other outlets cannot be the same. We have to start changing. How do you change it? At the individual level. I've said this a million, cajillion, billion times, right? I almost sound like Trump now, right? I've said this a lot. You be the example. I might troll and talk shit every once in a while, but overall, for people who have met me, know me, who have been following me for years, I've stayed the same. I've always kept it real. I call stuff how it is. You don't see me getting in petty arguments with people, right? I don't do that. So I talk the talk and I walk the walk. So do the same. And in the beginning, it's difficult to find compassion for these people sometimes. I get it. I still have little flare-ups every once in a while too. I just don't let it get the best of me and I don't lash out to people. So again, remember, ask yourself that. Do they know what I know? Okay? And even if they do, in the rare case that you say, well, yeah, they do know what I know, you need to understand that sometimes certain emotions and situations get the best of people because there's emotional intelligence that's attached to this too, and that's a completely different subject. All right? So I want to keep this short and sweet. Finding compassion for other people in these situations and in these current times, I think is going to be extremely important. Now, I'm not saying you let people walk all over you. If you got to defend yourself in person or you have to stand your ground, you do it. But all these unnecessary fights on social media and bickerings and back and forth and you just scrolling through somebody's feed and getting mad, that has to stop. The more we're in logic and reason and using critical thinking and proper communication, and the less that we're in emotions, the better off we're going to be and the more we're going to see the change that we want to see. Okay, so that's it for this one, guys. Make sure you subscribe, follow me on all the other social media outlets. Be sure to share this and leave me a comment below if this is something you'd like for me to discuss more. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.